It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Barons and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Brooklyn Barons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. Now, this is a crew that has not lacked confidence as they outpace teams across the NFL running the ball. They're near the top of the league in that category, but that confidence, well, it's going to be matched because on the other side, you have another top 5 rushing attack in the NFL that they'll face this week.
And this one, I think, will resemble a track meet at times because with all the running we're going to see, if these backs rip off a couple of big runs in the early going, that could really key this ball game. This is going to be exciting to watch unless you're a defender trying to put one of those guys on the ground.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, and Zach Wilson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a handoff up the middle. Haynes, and he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Now Tua not liking what he sees, so he's going to signal for a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's been a touchdown machine for this season. He's number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns. So that has to help the entire offense as a whole. Play action passes, other people have a chance to touch the football because if you're a defense, you absolutely have to key on him.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door Totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because they fall 2 games below 500. The road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From midfield, here's Tua. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Miami.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Looking to pass. Tua. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. They'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards.
The teams practice their plays during the week. They're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give right side. It's Haynes. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Haynes. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive the end of the kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And Hill with it over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like who's going to make the plays because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Tua now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Dancing to his left. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them in the field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson buying time to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Intended for 2-2 and well. Incomplete. Caleb Farley on the coverage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. That's to Waddle on the quick slam. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. 1st down Miami. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Tua now on 1st down. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Wilson. This is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Haynes. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And on now is the punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. They're going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
This is complete to Holmes. Down inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Barons strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Now the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Miami set to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to pass. Tua finding Bourne here over the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown Dolphins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson is caught. Reception by Holmes. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there, yeah. And you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Haynes, and he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They bring their punter out there now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now Hill to return it. Oh, he shifts past him. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the give, this is Akers. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start with two cities that evoke memories of the 1993 comeback, albeit with a different franchise this time around, but it's Houston at Buffalo. And it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. A.J. Dillon, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, on the other side, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Tua to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
They'll run with Holmes. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and he gets it to Bolden.
Tagovailoa's pass complete to number 89. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw again on second down. Tua. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll take over here following the interception with good field position and a chance to take the lead with a touchdown. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
On second down now, it's Haynes. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
incomplete in the end zone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And his kick is good. And the lead is back down at 3 here at 16-13. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Dolphins offense returning to the field. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. He starts with a give to Akers. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 59 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Going right back to Akers. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. It's caught, left side, Bolden. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give running right is Akers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he gets it down to the 32. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 27, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson. Forced out to his left. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And a short pickup to about the 25. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tua going to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Miami. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Wilson. And this is incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Haynes. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson gets this one to Morris. And almost but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. And out come the Dolphins now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Tagovailoa steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now will be a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Tua. That's complete to Bolden. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Akers. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Akers again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. And the ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Akers will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. On first down, Wilson to the right side and complete to Atwell. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. Haynes, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Holmes has got it complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Wilson to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. A run now with Holmes. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up
they go play action with Wilson.
The Dolphins 41-yard line.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Holmes. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
When you're tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Pass complete once again to Bourne. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Tagovailoa's pass complete to Kendrick Bourne.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami 1st. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try again, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Cam Akers with career touchdown number 60. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Barons 13.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Holmes. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
It's a gain of 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, he finds his man complete. That's Haynes. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Caleb Farley gets in there to knock that pass away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Hooper. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
16 more yards.
He finds his man complete. That's Holmes. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Again, Wilson. And that is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. 122 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Dolphins,
they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.